Hello everybody, and welcome back to the journey. This week has been nothing short of amazing. I have had a lot of things going on, a lot of exciting things going on, and we picked up more silver than expected. Last Wednesday, I got a message from my son saying they were taking my daughter-in-law to the hospital. Something about the baby. They were worried, so they wanted to take her over and make sure everything was okay. She was really close to delivery. Well, she got there, they got everything hooked up, everything was looking okay, but they decided they were going to move the delivery date up to the following Monday instead of a couple weeks away. So we decided, all right, we're going to get prepped for this and we'll be good to go. Well, the next morning, I got a message from my son saying the water broke. So, hey, that was go time. So we spent the entire day at the hospital. They wouldn't let us in. So we spent like 17 hours sitting in the car. But finally, at about 2 o'clock in the morning, my granddaughter was born. So that was a very exciting time. It was a wonderful feeling, but we didn't get to see her because they wouldn't let us in. So I did get to see pictures of her, and we were going to have ourselves come back the next day so that I could actually meet my granddaughter. So the next day, I did have to go to work. We got things scheduled with some other folks to cover the store, and I was able to go. But that morning, while I was doing all my stuff for work, I did make a stop by Candle Coin and Stamps. I was over that way anyway, and I wanted to get my granddaughter her first piece of silver, and so I did. So let me introduce you to my granddaughter and her first piece of silver. It was an amazing feeling. I got to meet her that day later on in the evening when we finally got back down to Greenville, North Carolina. It's an exciting feeling, and I'm going to cherish her for the rest of my life. But also while I was there, I did pick up a couple more pieces. I picked up another maple. Picked up a 2023, and as I've said before, I am trying to get a tube full. As you can see, this one actually has what looks to be a little bit of milking on it. Let me adjust some lighting here so we can get some light on the subject. There we go. There, and you can see it right there. A little bit of a blue hazing, milking hazing on her face. So yes, this is a 2023, and the mint shield does do a wonderful job, but it still isn't perfect. And so I did pick this up, and it put me at 16 maples out of the 20. And I was trying to fill one of these tubes here, and these hold 20 coins in capsules. So yes, I did pick up one of these, and that was an awesome addition. As you can see, it is not currently in a capsule, and that is for the background. So what else did I pick up while I was there? Well, she had a couple things there that were Canadian coins from different series. And I picked up this one. It's a 2016, and it is from the Wildlife series. And the owl just stood out to me. She had this one and a mountain lion, and this one I just had to have it. It's quite a beautiful bird, and it's a fantastic looking coin. So I grabbed a hold of it to add it to the stack. But as I said, after I got finished there, I went to North Carolina and went and met my granddaughter. The baby was so big that they couldn't do a natural birth. They tried for hours, but she ended up having a C-section, and because of that, they had to stay at the hospital for several days. The next morning, I did go and see Mr. Warren. I actually wasn't going on to see him. I thought he was out of town. And it turns out I was off by 1 week on my days, and while I was in town there, I drove by his shop and he was there. So I stopped by. We had a great conversation as usual, and even with the prices up around the $25 mark, he was still selling his silver at $28 an ounce. And so I grabbed some more. And I started off with this little guy. And again, I picked this up for $28. Don't know a whole lot about it, but I do have another one from this series. I have the Robin Hood from this series, and I do love the details on them. And of course, like I said, for $28, it was an absolute buy. And again, I'm handling these coins bare, so I am wearing the gloves. And while I was going through the things, I did notice he had 4 maples in there. And I needed 4 maples to finish my tube. And so I said, you know what, we're going to bite the bullet and go ahead and get them. And that's exactly what I did. They're all different years, and some of them are quite older than the others. Well, the first one that I grabbed was this one from 2017. And I have 6 or 7 of these from 2017. And again, this was 28. And then I also picked up this one here. Oops, let's go with this one first. This one is a 2022. I was actually surprised to see one this new in there. He generally doesn't have the new maples, so apparently he just had somebody bring some in. But again, for $28, I was all over it. Absolutely love it. But then he had 2 in there that I was actually quite shocked to see. They are definitely on the older side of things, but they were in perfect condition. So we got this one from the year 2000. Quite a bit different than the newer style. They do have the older privy mark on the bottom. And as you can see, it's in great condition. Still has that amazing finish on it, and it looks fantastic. And last but not least, we picked up this one from 1989. So this is officially my oldest maple. And again, it's in magnificent shape. Beautiful coin, and again, it has the older image of her on there. And that puts me to 20 for my tube. And so that is everything that I picked up silver-wise for the entire week. The rest of the week, I've just spent dealing with issues at work, getting things squared away, and trying to spend some time with my granddaughter. And actually yesterday, my son and daughter-in-law did come over to bring her to visit, and I got to hold her and see her for a few hours, and it was absolutely amazing. She's a beautiful little girl. Again, here she is, and yeah, she's a big one, 9 pounds, 2 ounces. Beautiful child, beautiful addition to the family, and we are all just as happy as we can absolutely be. But that's how my week went. It's pretty simple and to the point. I thank you all for taking the time out of your day to watch this video. I ask you to like and subscribe and comment down below. Let me know how your week's been. Have you picked up anything? And as always, I thank you for following along on my silver journey. We'll see you in the next one. God bless.